Good afternoon, welcome. This is Kibera News Network, your #1 Kibera News channel. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to you live from Ngong. The show is Sijenyi. This is the only place where we tell our own stories in our own perspective. Stories by us, with us, and for us. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Linus, Sijenyi. Linus Sijenyi is today here to tell us, to share with us his own story in his own perspective, using his own words. And we are at his house, in his home. Thank you very much, bro, for accepting us.
Thank you very much and welcome to Ngong.
Yeah, it's very cold here, yeah?
Yeah, the weather is a bit cold here compared to Nairobi.
How long have you been here?
Oh, this should be my 10th month.
10th month?
We moved here in August of year 2021. So this is June 2022.
Yeah.
In 2 months we'll be 1 year here, old here.
Okay.
Right.
Wow. So you have started getting used to your new environment. You are already used to it.
Yeah, we are adapting by the day. Of course, yes, adapting by the day. We are adapting to a little bit chilly weather compared to Nairobi, but we are equal to the task. 10 months down the line, I think we are just now home.
Why did you choose here, not any other place? Why Ngong?
Interesting question, right? Of course, we have been in Kibera for a number of years, but there is the dream and the desire of everyone to find a place to settle. So I have friends in other suburb areas, in Kitengela, in outskirts, but I found this place a little bit interesting. I had a son of mine who was studying in the neighborhood, so I could visit his Kenya Institute of Highways Development around here. So in my efforts to visit him periodically, I admired the place, and that is God trusted with a parcel of land here back in the days, and the long story is we are now here. This is our home.
Was it easy or hard to get a space here?
Yes and no. If you have money, you are able to access. Of course, with the difficulty in financial constraints, it may be challenging, but we made it. Okay. Right.
How are you coping up with the neighbors around here?
Oh, your neighbor is your first brother. So you have no option but to. So I have very lovely neighbors around in the neighborhood. We have very good friends around. These are my first. They welcomed us there when we came, and we are now growing together as one family, and it's a joy to be here.
Wow.
Right.
And I've seen your father around. You see, getting comfortable around. How long has he been around?
Oh, that is not just my father. That is my very good friend.
That's a very good friend.
Very well. That is my father. He's my friend. He's a father to many people. But to me, he's a very good friend of mine.
Okay.
So he's 93 years of age. I'm his last born.
Okay.
So at that age, we take care of them. He's a little bit sickling, and we take that very positively. That the task has landed on us to take care of him when he's unwell, and it's our joy, it's our happiness to take care of him when he's not feeling well. So he's here for medication. He has been here for the past 2 months, and I think he'll be here for the next 2 months or so again. Then he'll go back to the village. But he's my very good friend. When he's there, I feel
you will miss him. You miss him
very well.
Okay.
Thank you.
And how many are you in the family? You are the last born, but how many?
Yeah, we come from a big family. I come from a family of 3 mothers.
3 mothers.
Yes, I come from the third family. Okay. All of us combined.
You are the last born in the whole entire family.
So I'm the last born in the last family. So I'm the very last.
Okay.
Yes. So we are about 11 in number.
11.
Yes.
Wow. How many girls, sisters?
So we were blessed with, out of the 3 families, we have 3 sisters. 2 of them are rested, but one is still there. Okay. The ones who rested have left us with their sons, and we are beautiful. Their generation is continuing very well. Yes.
So Linus, we need to hear your story.
Right.
You've lived in Kibera. Where were you born?
I'm a village boy, by the way. I was born in a village in Game constituency in Sia County.
Yeah.
In 1984. I'm celebrating 38 years of age next month.
Yeah.
I schooled in the village. I went to...
Steve, is this your age mate?
I should be older than him. Okay. So I went to a village primary school. I later went to Sijenyi High School, that is in Bondo.
Okay.
In 2002. Later 2002, I came to Nairobi for the first time. And I landed in my nephew's house in Kibera, Soweto East, next to Nairobi Dam.
Okay.
When we were in the village, so I've told you I'm a village boy.
Yeah.
So when I was in the village, I was told of Nairobi, how Nairobi is beautiful, everything is good in Nairobi.
Yeah.
So when I finished Form 4, I told my brother, please, my nephew, I want to come to Nairobi.
Yeah.
So he told me, please come. So I came to Nairobi. Yeah. To the shock of my life.
Yeah.
There was no road to our house.
Yeah.
You had to meander between shanties to access our house. When I wanted to go for to the call of nature, there was no pit latrines.
Yeah.
I got a shock. I said, no, this is not the Nairobi. And by the way, that was my first time to travel out of my home, quote unquote. So it was a conflicting prayer, but again, there was nothing to admire from home as well. So there it is.
You started coping.
Yeah, so you have to adapt to this new environment and to the new reality. Yes.
So which year was that you came to Nairobi?
December 2002.
Okay. Yeah. And you found yourself in Soweto East.
Soweto East, next to Nairobi Dam.
Okay.
Yes.
And what happened? Just after coming to Nairobi, you are living with your?
With my nephew, who rested in 2015.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine also, may the Lord rest his soul.
Yeah.
So he's the one who welcomed me to Nairobi. So here I am, coming to Nairobi with all the prayers of the good things that we want to in life.
Achieve,
everything is good in Nairobi, and here I am. I found the shock of my life. Things are just on the reverse. There's no road to our place. There is no water. That day it equally rained.
And the day you arrived?
Yes, it is December.
You traveled alone or with someone?
I traveled alone, but I was directed from the bus stop, and I maneuvered. So I went there. I just maneuvered. I think I just came alone. So here I am in this place. It rained. I could hear a very uncomfortable smell in the night.
Can imagine. Were you picked up somewhere or you just went straight into the house?
No, I was picked somewhere from Line Saba. There's a Line Saba stage.
Yes.
So from Line Saba stage, I was directed to a shop to go to.
Oh, okay.
So I went to that shop. They prepare super loaf bread.
Of course, you're already a big boy.
Yeah, I'm 18. I've just done my KCSE.
Yeah.
So Sijenyi High School, that is in Bondo.
Yeah.
So I went to this bakery shop. So my brother sent someone to come and pick me from there.
Wow.
Right.
And that's how you started life. So this your nephew passes on later on, and then how did your life move on from there?
So from there, my nephew welcomed me to Nairobi. I've just come to Nairobi fairly past, so I wanted to go to the university. Circumstances did not dictate. Life was not very easy. My nephew was also a casual laborer, looking for ends to meet so we can live by the day. So I could see he was also overstressed at some point. So I said,
struggling.
I wouldn't want to be a burden also, but I would want to try and support in a way that I can.
Yeah.
And also, those of us from the village, you know, when you leave village, you come to Nairobi. Your parents have this thought that you are working, they expect money from you.
True.
So requests were also there. And my dad, when he said to me, oh, my son, I need something that it doesn't speak to my mind, it speaks to my heart. I would want to respond to that. And I realized life was a little difficult. But luckily, when I could sit outside the gate, then I could see young people could be cleaning trenches. I could see NGOs walking around, gathering data, talking to the people, telling them what they need to do to make life meet and all things like that. Then I developed interest. Then I asked, one day I stopped one of them just next to our door. Told them, where I really would want to be involved.
Yes.
Because I've just come from the village. By the way, I didn't even know how to speak Kiswahili. And I would want you to talk to me in Kiswahili at some point. So how do you do this so that I can be able to talk to the people and to try and change life? I'm from the village. I thought Nairobi is a better place, but this is my shock.
Yeah.
Through that, one of them got hold of my brother's contact, and they told us, so we train people as community developers. If you want, we can tag you along.
Yeah.
We can give you a short course of training. Yeah, I'm lucky enough, out of asking, then there was a training they organized at Toy Market.
Yeah.
This organization is called ANCAN. ANCAN is, I think, African something network on population. So they trained us on community development back in the days. That is now 2003 to around 2005.
Yeah.
And it was also God sent. At the same time, the government, the Kibaki government had just come to power, and they wanted to do something on slum upgrading.
Yeah, yeah.
So we were sent out as part of the community organizers, as part of the training, as attachment. We go to the village to talk to the people. That
to sensitize them.
To sensitize them, to tell them that slum upgrading is a good thing, that it is for our own good and all that. So through that background of training, I got a lot of inroads in the community, so I could help communities to form youth groups, women groups, because we're told the community, they have their power in their numbers.
Yeah.
And therefore, if you have our powers in our numbers, now how can you harness your numbers to be able to contribute effectively to the betterment of our people? Because to me, I was shocked of whatever I found, but I needed to get out of it. And therefore, the fact that Kibaki government had just come to power and slum upgrading was picking up, so the Kenya government and the United Nations Habitat were on the top gear, engaging the communities on slum upgrading efforts, and I think God sent, we were at the central point of it.
Okay. Yeah. That's how you got yourself into UN Habitat?
Oh yes, partly. that is how I got myself to the United Nations systems. Yeah. And I think that through that, so through that I could also manage to go back to school to do my own things. Wow. And that's it, right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been a very big breakthrough for you.
I think it was God sent, and it has what has made life turn around to me. But that is one thing. Yeah. But counting on that alone, is not right, because I had to make a step. I had to tell these people who walk around, what is it that you are doing? Yeah. Ordinarily from the village, still very naive. You can hardly speak in Kiswahili, and here I'm interested to know what is going on. So I made the first step. So through this first step, so these people were training us on community empowerment, community development. Through those skills, I can be able to go out to engage the community. Through that again, I can be able to engage the stakeholders. The stakeholders involve the government, the local administration, and give us an edge above other people. So the lesson here is, how do we take advantage of any opportunity around us? Yeah. How do we take advantage of any opportunity? Don't call it opportunity for now. Call it anything that's going around you, whether it is good or bad. Yeah. So what is going around you is your stepping stone to the next one. Whether it is positive or negative, how do you use
can turn it into
to the opportunity for you? Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's deep. That's very powerful.
Yes.
And it's true. So you get yourself into UN Habitat. You go back to school to study what? Did you? So you had not joined university. You passed so well, yeah?
No. Yeah.
There was no money to join university or what?
Yeah, I passed averagely. Yeah. And the options that were available for me were not my desires. And UN Habitat was not my first shop. I worked with the young people for a long time in the community. For a long time, I could work with the local youth groups that we formed. We could work with the women groups, the community circles, the housing cooperatives. That we basically, so we worked with that for a long time. I worked with Kenya Railways also. You know, you remember the railways relocation plan, and the government said the people are encroaching on the railway line.
Oh, you also worked with them?
Oh yes, I did. Okay. I worked with the railway line on the railway relocation plan.
What was your role there?
Basically, one is to gather data of the people that were within the railway line, and to tell them the need that wherever they are occupying is dangerous, that they need to move elsewhere, to engage the Kenya government, Kenya Railways Corporation, and the development partners, that these people that are staying here they need alternative resettlement. Forceful eviction is not an option, and thanks for the training that I had, so I could also engage from a point of information. I tell them that forceful eviction has no option. These people that are there, as a matter of fact, more than 90% are tenants. So if you wake up tomorrow and go and evict them, the person who is going to lose is the person who stays there, and the landlord is elsewhere, is enjoying the small income that is getting from here. So we agreed that and we came up with a very good relocation action plan, and we agreed that when people are removed from here, wherever you are taken must be better economically than wherever you are. And it worked, and I'm very happy, and that is the result of the railway housing that is currently there, where people are now settled very well in the high-rise housing, and they could leave a space for safety, and wherever I am, I'm happy.
Would you say the project was successful?
I can say it was successful.
To your expectation?
Yes, because the idea was to remove people from the railway reserves for purposes of their safety. If you go there, there are very few people within the railway line, and in the villages where the people didn't move because of political reasons, that is where there were a little bit. But if you go to Soweto Harais, you come to Line Saba, part of Mashimoni, Kambimuru, there's no encroachment, only in Kisumundogo and part of Katuekera, but even that is also happening, where there were some restrictions due to political issues, but that is sorted. So I'm happy that people can now live decency out of our efforts. Right.
Wow, that's good. But I heard some people are complaining that the sizes of the units were not that favorable, that they were small, and people could not fit well with their families. But again, something is better than nothing.
Yeah, of course, when they say in small, you must ask, in small in relative to what? Basically, whatever they had before was even smaller. This is better. But I agree with their argument that when you are upgrading me, let me be upgraded to a better one. That is fine. But I can tell you that whatever they have now is far much better than whatever it has before. We basically took the measurement of 10 by 10 or 12 by 12 measurement that we had before, and we used that, and it was participatory even designs. I can remember the Tecta consultants were the ones dealing the designs, and the community could give their views and all that. Of course, I know there were challenges of corruption, left, right, and center. People could bring their people to benefit. But what I can say, by and large, quite a number of people benefited in that program.
Number of people benefited.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So, back to school to study what?
Basically, I went back when I was going to school. I'm very good in mathematics, and all the years I would prayed to do accounts. Yes, that was my desire when I was growing up. In fact, I was qualified to do accounts. But because I was introduced to community work, so engaging the community every day in community work, that changed my perspective. I realized when I go to do accounts, I will be in a bank hall somewhere, I will be in an office somewhere doing my auditing work and all that stuff. But here I am, I've been introduced to community work. I work with the community.
You like engaging with the people.
The community, and every day, and it is so fulfilling. Like, that's the question you're asking me about railways. Somebody who didn't have a house now has a permanent house. That is more fulfilling than a salary. Somebody who could not do something now has something to do. That is more so that changed my perspective.
Feel nice in your heart.
Yes, so I went back to do community development and international relations. So that's basically what I studied at the university, so that I can get more information, adequately prepared to do community development, so that I work with the people from a point of information. Right.
What was your very first role at UN Habitat?
But I joined UN Habitat in 2008 as during this post-election violence. So I didn't go to UN Habitat. Habitat came to us. So the Habitat told us, what can we do? People are during the reign of the former executive director of UN Habitat, Anati Bajuka.
I like when you're saying it. You didn't go to UN Habitat.
No.
They came to you.
UN, because we were already partners. We were working. I say, no, how comes the people you've been working with together, people you stay together, you eat together, can now become your enemies? So we started to organize ourselves and to defend ourselves. And I can repeat this again and again, that during the post-election violence, of all the 12 villages in Kibera, Soweto East was one of the most safe villages, because we hold our hands.
Yeah.
If you're a Kikuyu and a Maluo and his own, we've been staying together.
Yeah.
We are saying those two people that are fighting, none of them know any of us. So and we said that. So we use this model.
Yeah.
Habitat liked it, and through that, that's how now I joined UN Habitat. How can we replicate this elsewhere? How can we make sure the young people to understand that it is not in your heart.
Yeah.
It is for the common of everyone. But you cannot turn against your brother, your sister, out of something that you really don't have any direct income out of it.
Okay.
Yes.
And when you say we, you and who?
Young people. I'm an ambassador of the youth.
Yeah.
I work for the young people. I engage the young people in every day. You come to my house, you'll find young people every day. So I'm an ambassador of the young people.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I say we, I'm referring to the young people that we work together with, including yourself. We have a long history with you.
True.
Very well.
So that time you engaging communities in regards to bring peace after post-election violence, and then what's your role now at UN? Have you like gone through steps, getting some promotions in between, or?
Yeah, initially I began as a consultant, and I want this discussion to be between me and me.
Okay.
I don't have the authority of anybody else to speak on them. I will only speak about myself.
Sure.
So I went in as a consultant to support the youth interventions, the youth programs, and how can the youth be engaged. A number of youth. From that, I've gone through stage by stage,
okay.
and many developments have taken place. Right.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. How does it feel like for you as a Kibera boy, being there at this big body of UN?
The feeling is good.
Yeah.
In that you can come from nowhere and you end up somewhere else, but I want young people to take that as a lesson.
Yeah.
What do we do to open avenues for us? Anything that comes around you, don't ask, why is it happening to me?
Yeah.
Why is it happening? So the question should be, what can I do with whatever is happening to me to make things change?
Okay.
Don't ask, why me? Ask, what can I do with this circumstance? So I'm telling you, when I realized things were not working well, I went out to ask.
Yeah.
This NGO gave me the initial training, and I used that to build on our networks and our connections.
Yeah.
And that is it. And this is a platform that anybody else, you can start from nowhere, not doing nothing, but appreciating the little opportunities around yourself and making use of them.
Yeah.
And another thing is appreciating, celebrating other people's wins. If your brother finds opportunity, you celebrate, clap for little wins of other people until your turn comes. When your turn comes, more people will be clapping for you, and other people, even the people you clap for, will clap for you. Those who are not clap for you will clap for you. So don't cut your brother's legs. When one of you has succeeded, clap for him. Say that is achievement for us. Let's appreciate other people, and that has been the spirit. And I can assure you, by celebrating other people's wins, your win is also coming.
Wow.
Wow.
Have you ever found yourself in any trouble having lived in Kibera?
Of course, if you say you don't have troubles, you will be lying. But my mantra has been, how do you use that trouble to make you a good person? How do you? Of course, some people will not be happy with you. They will not appreciate the little things.
Yeah.
But now, you don't use that. You find that as an opportunity to build that person. If you see somebody is not talking good about you, is not happy about your feeling, that should not be your enemy. That's an inner thing, because personally you don't have a problem with somebody. Yeah. And therefore, if somebody can single out something, so you take an extra step to go and hold them. What can we be able to do? Some people are just negative, not that they're negative in nature. It's the life that has pushed them. Yeah. But if there's some way you can be able to help. Me, I've refused. In my heart, I don't have any enemy, by the way. I don't have any. None.
And you don't want to?
I never. How do I? Everybody is a good person. So it's only that life might push you at a corner.
Even if they attack you, they confront you, they criticize you and all that.
Which criticism is also good. Yeah. Some of them are very positive criticism. Oh, Linus, we ought to have done this. This was not done very well. And don't take it all negative. All of them are very positive. So you take it. What is it that we could have done better? And you realize again, some of them are very very good criticism. And don't deny people to critique you. Allow them to critique you so that you can also up your game. Make you grow. Right.
Do you have people in Kibera that perhaps you'd like to appreciate, or you've come up with, like you've grown together with, or you've held hands together and you can big up on them?
When I came to Kibera, I told you my late brother stands up there. He picked me from the village. He told me, come.
Okay.
He didn't take me to college. He didn't do me anything, but he gave me a platform. I owe him to him. He passed on in June 2015. He's my friend.
Okay.
And his sons are my sons, and you can't tell. So I owe it to him. I owe it to Soweto Youth Group, led by my chairman, Mr. Sami Atali.
Yeah.
This is where our launch pad. This is where because you have to identify with something.
Yeah.
So led by Atali, Rajab, Carl, Felix. These are my friends to date. People that we started 2000.
Felix,
yes. Felix Sijenyi. Those are buddy. By the way, by that time he was still in high school, so he could join us only over the weekend. If you know Felix, so we have good people.
He's also my friend.
Oh, very well. So and we had community leaders. We have women groups. We have Muungano ya Wanavijiji is still very active. It's a very active movement. I'm a member to date. Muungano ya oh yes, I'm a member. And then we have local administration, the chiefs, by the way, if young people want to...
You are so well connected in the community.
Oh, very well. By the way, there's another chief, I can tell you, there was another chief called Andela during that time. So he realized I'm a very good person. So occasionally when he's going to meet the DC, he will go with me. The DC by that time was called Ogwankwa, Evans Ogwankwa. He was from Kisi. He's a good man. I wish I could meet him today. So that Ogwankwa, so he connected. So Ogwankwa, when anybody goes to his office and they want something, Ogwankwa could call me to tell me, young man, come. I didn't have a phone, by the way. So he had to call my brother. I was using my brother's number that time. My brother is hustling in the Sol area, so he will come in the evening and tell me, so and so called you. So tomorrow I'll go to, kijana wewe ulichelewa bana. Kuna wazungu walikuja hapa walikuwa wanataka mtu wa kutembeza hapa wa kufanyia nini lakini kuja kesho. So that guy, so if you are connected to these people, any opportunity that come, you are the first one they will give a shout.
Think of you.
Yeah, so I want us to cut our edge. Any opportunity around us, let's utilize the political leaders, the administrative leaders, the church leaders, the NGOs that work around us. Those are our stepping stone to Ngong. I dare say that.
Wow. Stepping stone to Ngong.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, big up everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Linus himself telling us, sharing with us his story. Some of it he has never shared with anyone else, but today at Sisimtani, he is doing that so that we can get to know him better and understand his story. Now, do you still own houses in the slum?
Yeah, one thing.
You did see that
coming. one thing I did is anywhere I lived, because I lived in Soweto. Thereafter I lived in Mashimoni. I lived in Kisumundogo. Before I went to Fort Jesus. So everywhere I went, chances are I bought those houses. Anywhere I lived, I would talk to the owner that I would want to leave this memory. I wouldn't want to go with this memory. I want this to be still my house. So yes, I'm still a structure owner in Kibera. A good one for that matter, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Now you I've been seeing some of your posts, and I see you're somebody who is like, you'll have people, you care even for people you don't know. Some of them you are not related. How does that happen? I see you sponsoring some boys to school, those perhaps some orphans also. Where did you find that good heart?
Oh, wow. This guy now, and I'm told I'm live. Why? So it's okay. Quote me. Goodness is the only investment that never fails. Goodness is the only investment that never fails. If you do good to someone,
Steve, did you hear that?
Goodness is the only investment that never fails. And I learned this in 2000, May 2nd. I left our home. I was going to school. My father gave me 50 shillings. The fare from our home to the school, there's a long stretch walking of 2 hours from our home to the next where I was to pick the bus called Akala.
Yeah.
So I had to walk for those 2 hours. Then my father gave me 50 shillings. So I had the 50 shillings. So the 50 shillings could not be enough up to Senge I was going to.
Yeah.
So I had to walk. I was anticipating to walk up to Bondo so that I pick a matatu from Bondo to Senge. In the process of walking along the way, somebody passed me and I think he saw me and I was tired. So he had passed in a Nissan Datsun. Then he reversed back and asked me, "Young man, where are you going to?" By that time I was somewhere called Ajigo, if you know, on your way to Bondo.
Your home is in Game.
Is Game. So I'd walked all that distance.
Game
Akala. Some Aluor.
Oh yeah.
So from Aluor to go to Akala, then you go to. So he realized that I was tired. So he had passed me. Then he came back. Then a young man, where are you going to? I said, I'm going to school. So he thought I was going to Miranda because I was closer there now. Then he said, "No, can I give you a lift?" And I said, "Yes." Then he carried me in his car. So he was driving towards Bondo. Then I told him the story. He was so touched.
Yeah.
He gave me 200 shillings. He told me, "Good luck in your school." I don't know that guy. Even now, if I meet him, I can't know him.
But I still remember.
I remember what he did me, and that taught me a lesson. I said, "God, one day if you hold my hands, I will also want to hold somebody else's hands."
Yeah.
And that somebody else, not necessarily my neighbor, not necessarily my relative, anybody else. And that explains why I'm a father of 17 boys, 2 of whom are, a number of them already working, a number are still in the universities. And I dare say, my plan is before you lower me to the grave, 70 years, so 78 years from today, at least 1,000 young people shall have gone through my hands.
So far you have 17, a father of 17.
Oh, of course. Wow. Interestingly, they're all boys. No, my wife is the only lady in my house, I don't know. So out of the 17, 3 of them are graciously our biological children, but the other one are also my children. All of them equal rights. Nobody is superior than the other. Nobody is inferior. All of them are equal.
Wow.
To prove that, you can't ask them. All of them know my bank account. They know the PIN number of our bank. They know the PIN number of our M-Pesa. It is that level of transparency. It is all my children. And we dare say, with the ripple effects, before 70, 80 from now, before you lower me to my grave, my prayer is that at least 1,000 young people shall have passed through my hands.
Through your hands.
Right.
Your wife is the only girl in your family.
Interesting. Yeah, she's the only daughter we have. Yeah, she's the only girl. Everybody else in our house is a man by the grace of God. Right.
Wow.
Yes.
You did a very powerful wedding, yeah? Look at this.
Well, man.
Where was that?
I told you to send me questions. So there are some I would have. Okay. No. So we solemnized our marriage on 1st August of 2015.
Okay.
We had been married by around 4 years by that time. The reason why I solemnized my wedding is when I was growing up, I didn't know there were good ladies. I didn't know there were good girls. So me, I was going to it because like a man, you have to have a wife. Yeah. But I was prepared to make things straight as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to find a lady who will mistreat my children, quote unquote. Yeah. So there's a way I want it. But when this lady came to my life, she just turn things around. I'm telling you, my house is full of foreigners, quote unquote. Okay. People we are not related in any way. But I dare tell you, they have friends more than me. My relationship is daddy, father, daddy, son. We need this. This is my report form. This is my last semester's transcript. This is it. We need to pay this. That's where I come in. Where they make their own stories, where they do other things, is that lady. I say, this one, now I can go before God and before people that this can be my wife. And that was, we did a good wedding in Sitam Valley Road. Thereafter, we have a reception at Nairobi Club. Wow. It was a nice wedding. And courtesy of my friend, it was an expensive wedding, I dare say that, but my contribution to it was the least. Okay. Yeah, so that. Wow. Very well.
Wow. Okay. So, what do you do during your free time? What do you like doing?
During my free time, like I told you, I have many boys. So I follow up on their well-being. I don't have a lot of money, and therefore where I do my investment, I need to follow up that I'm getting value for it. Okay. So I will visit my students in schools, I will visit them in the universities. So my free time I do that. My free time also, I told you I'm a village boy, so I do a lot of farming also at home. We do agriculture, so I get time, I check on them. I also read, I read when I get a good series. I can also read at some point. I'm also a fan of Arsenal, so when Arsenal is playing, that day you can be rest assured. You will find me somewhere cherishing Arsenal. And also I do a lot of mentorship, especially for the young people and the young couples that are just settling up in their lifetime. So we discuss a number of other things. So my free times are not basically my time. I see it, how do I use it to empower somebody else? How do I use it to bring other people? Yes.
And mentorship for young people, especially new couples, you do that at a church level or anywhere?
Church level is one of them, but just as a friendship level, you know. Yeah, you just got married, you know, you are meeting this guy that is grown up just like yourself, and you want to merge. It's not very easy. So
this guy or this girl,
and this girl, right? Yeah. So the girl is 18 plus, and that is it. You are also 18 plus. You have been structured to know how this life is, and here again you meet somebody else that tell you, no, I don't buy this. So you realize, to give and take. It's a nice experience, by the way, to work with people in life and to talk about investment. Like you are saying, you are my house. There are people who are employed long time ago, earning more than me, but they don't have that level of investment. So, but you become financially disciplined. You don't, when you get an upscale in your salary, you don't upscale your lifestyle. You increase on your investment, so that you just remain the same Linus, the same Josh as you are. And other things just take shape. But if you keep on changing lifestyle with everything, you realize you don't have identity, you don't have a life. You will just be following wind like this. When life goes like this, you go like that. When it goes like this, if you have a job today, you are high. When job is not there, you must gauge your life and find some level of authenticity and your identity. That's basically what I meant. Right.
Wow. How much have you traveled?
Oh, by the grace of God, I've traveled a lot. I've filled 4 passports.
You filled 4 passports.
4 passports. That tells
That's a lot.
I've traveled a lot.
Do you have any favorite traveling destination?
Somebody asked me this before, and I said Vancouver. That was in Canada. Yeah, that was my first international travel. Okay. Of course, it's not my first. That was my first travel to go in a plane.
Oh, okay.
And that was my first travel. I was amazed of everything I found there, and I've gone to many places, but Vancouver is still up there. I've gone to Israel. I've gone to Brazil.
I wonder what you saw in Vancouver, or what makes it.
For one, the excitement of travel itself.
Oh yeah.
The excitement of traveling itself was just. Nowadays, you tell me I travel, and my friend tells me, Linus, I saw you yesterday. Now you are there. You didn't tell me. It's too casual for me. So that one, everybody else had to know what. So I found it so nice. We visited some sites. I don't know, because it was my first time. I don't know. But somehow it stuck in my mind from back in 2006.
Okay.
Yes.
Was with the UN kind of?
Yes.
What related?
Yeah, it was World Urban Forum. I think it is the 4th session of the World Urban Forum.
Okay.
Yes, it was. Yeah. But then I wasn't working with Habitat per se, but because of our engagements with Habitat, they could sponsor some people to go to such events, and that's how I landed there. Yes.
Okay. Is there anything that perhaps people don't know about you, and you think this one people really don't know much about?
I don't. Me. You know me. I'm a guy who talks a lot. So
you are open.
you can predict me.
Open book.
Yeah, they can say, yeah. I don't know whether people know that I'm a ardent supporter of Arsenal. My friends know. My friends who
You don't shout about it that much?
Yeah, I don't, but they say they will shout. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that is it. Yeah. One thing that people may not know, I'm an ardent supporter of Christ Jesus also. I love God very much.
Yeah.
Very much. Those who in my circles know. And that explains why I love young people. I'm not necessarily seeing them as we work together, we walk in this journey of life. I'm helping them to see the purpose that God had in them in their life, and that gives me a lot of conviction also. So I'm also a proud Christ ambassador. Right.
Have you ever been misunderstood in a way that you didn't like?
Yeah, if you go to my Facebook page recently, I have had a controversial conversation.
Yeah.
I come from Game in Sia County.
Yeah.
So that this guy, who's my friend, Alicia, went for nomination.
Yeah.
And he won. But somehow he wasn't given the certificate.
Yeah.
So I went to Facebook and say, please, if he has won, give him.
Yes.
Some people took it offensive that, oh, I'm supporting somebody who lost.
Yeah.
He won, but thank God he got it. So people could throw for me tantrums a lot because why is supporting Elisha? I said no, I'm not supporting Elisha. As a matter of fact, I'm a voter in Langata in Nairobi.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
If he won, give him the certificate.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not a voter. There are people who found it, of course, because I'm also a figure in my village. I've told you I'm so passionate about education. Like I was just home last week for about 10 days, visiting a number of schools in my village that are not performing well, mobilizing the stakeholders around. How can we better the performance of our school? And also sit in a number of boards of management of the school. So in that way, I'm known. So somebody said, why are you partisan? I said, no, I'm not partisan. I'm not even a voter here. What I'm saying is, please, if he won, give him the certificate for heaven's sake. And I even added something that if you don't give him, even you one day, if you are not given, feel the same pinch. So some people, what is he saying or something? I'm not a politician per se, but politics defines a lot of what's going around us, and pretending that you don't want to be involved is lying. They dictate the policies that run the country. They dictate on how our resources are utilized, and therefore everybody should have a stake on it as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So you also follow politics closely?
I do follow very well, and yes, that I do very well, and just like any other responsible citizen, I will vote just like any other person. And when my time comes for people to clap for me in the name of voting for me, I will also request them to do that. But now I follow very well. Like I'm a voter in Langata, in high-rise ward in Soweto East. That is where I will vote. And I hear some people say voting 6 piece. 6 piece is not practical in these elections. Like for instance, Raila Odinga will be vying on Azimio la Umoja. There are no candidates in that party, so he will be the only one. So if you see somebody saying 6 piece, is somebody that is not informed, because there's no MCA candidates in Azimio la Umoja. There's no MP. So we will vote as they come. Like Nairobi, we have a very good menu. Like in the governor, we have Igade and Sakaja. Any of the two is a good governor, that I can tell you. That any of the two is a good governor. We have a plus. For presidents, we have Raila Odinga and Ruto, who are far apart. You have to decide where you will be. You realize they don't share many things in common. Raila is very keen to tell us where the country has come from, and you must know where you've come from to know where you're going to. Ruto, in the other hand, when we are in a quagmire, we need to set things out. So you realize they are from two different platforms. So there, Kenyans are at liberty to choose whoever they want. I don't know whether you want to know my choice, but I can tell you.
If you want.
You know, I will vote for Raila on presidency. I will vote for. I'm ODM person, you know. We were told to join parties in 2005, and I just remembered that there was something how to do to check your political party. So I realized I'm in ODM. So in government presidency, I'm sure I will vote them. And even senator is a good one. Women rep, any of the two ladies that are in the big teams, any of them can make, because I don't even the clear role of a member of women rep on a very light touch, but any of them I don't see any plus on the credit on them. In Kibera elections, I still mourn my friend Ken Okoth. I don't have a friend like him, but it's okay. His brother, who is also my friend Imran, is in the ballot. Mali Morero, who I do not know, is also in the race. And I wish the best to win. For a member of parliament in that case, I can tell them Orero or Imran, any of them is a winner for me. I don't know Orero in person, but I know Imran. I know his limitations, I know his strengths, and it's better the devil you know than angel you do not.
Wow. Steve, anyone saying anything for Linus so far? So, is there anything else perhaps you'd like to share that I've not asked you about yourself?
Yeah, you've not asked me what are my future plans.
Yeah, what are your future plans?
I want to further my studies.
Yeah.
I'm also cognizant that our policies, our resources, everything, decisions that are made with our leaders, and not all of us can be leaders at the same time.
Yeah.
But we can do something. I'm trusting God that in the next few years, I have things in my heart that I think should be done to make things work better for us as a country. And I will be looking for a political something, not in this election, but in the subsequent elections. It's something I'll consider very hard in my heart. I feel that there are things that need to be done. When you tell policymakers, they will tell you, like, because we've lost it, for instance. The role of a member of parliament, for instance, is to enact laws. That is the first role of a member of parliament. And what your member of parliament should be telling you now, what is it, which law, which policy, which bill did you sponsor in your 5-year term? And that to me, if we can't ask that, then we are missing it. But we, all the electorates, we are also missing it, because you move around here, all electorate needs is for money from these people. So in other words, the people who get elected are the people who have given you money the more. And the more you give you the money, the first thing is to regain their money. So we want to bring decency in leadership in this country, where you can go in a plain sheet and come and tell your constituents that, like, investing in these countries is damn expensive. How can we reduce the cost of business in this country so investors can come back to this country? That needs a radical implementation, and the policies, the power cost in this country, for instance, is very high. So you realize most of investors will choose to go to Rwanda, will choose to go to Uganda to invest. And if we don't have investors, we don't have jobs. And that explains why we do not have jobs. And I think that is at a policy level. We do through our proxies to do something in the parliament, but I think I will try to give in to it also at some point.
Try to vie as a member of parliament?
I will.
Okay. Yes, when the right time comes?
The right time comes, that I will. That I can tell you, that I will.
Do you have any regrets in life, generally?
When I was talking to you at some point, I told you anything that happens around you
is an opportunity.
Is an opportunity for you. It depends on how you use it. So if there's something that I did wrong, that was an opportunity for me to do it better. And by the way, a mistake is not a mistake unless you repeat it. So if there's something, you cannot live in regrets forever. It has happened, you have no control about it. And any other thing that probably I've done that was not in order, I take it as a stepping stone to the next level.
Wow. Any fears?
I wish you send me these questions earlier. So. No, my fears is like, and I want to take it back to whether you asked me, do you still have houses in Kibera? You go to visit my friends, and you realize the level of poverty. You go to somebody to pay you money. You will end up using more money than the money you went to look for. So my fears is the higher rate of poverty in this country. And I fear that one day, which is not long enough, the poor will say enough is enough, and they will stand and say no, we need to do something. The level of poverty which is rising by the day. I've told you I was in the village the other day. A packet of milk is 80 shillings.
Yeah.
How do you do that in a local village where somebody do a casual laborer for a whole day for 200 shillings? You can only get one packet of milk. That tells you how desperate the level of poverty is, and that gives me a lot of fear. Those of us who are called middle class, quote unquote. So if we cannot think of something on how to reverse this scenario, then this scenario will reverse us.
Okay.
Yes.
This scenario will reverse us.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted to share? Oh, that was it.
Okay, thank you for finding opportunity to come.
Yeah.
But as a young people, I tell my young people in my circles that aspire to inspire before you expire.
Wow.
Aspire to inspire before you expire. Of course, the expiry date is coming, but before that expiry date comes, do you want to inspire somebody to do something that better than you would have done?
Yeah.
So aspire to inspire more people
before you expire.
Before you expire. Yes.
Very deep and personal and very powerful.
Very well.
Thank you very much, guys. This has been Kibera News Network. The show has been System Tani. Today we've done it at Ngong, right inside Linus' home. Till we meet again next week with a new guest, it has been me, your host, Ogure Joshua. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Sana.
Thank you, Sonko. Asante sana. Very well.
Yeah.